any searching for manufacturing facilities here. We're just going to see what kind of planet this is, and then we're going to be done with it. Wow, it has some pretty high mountain peaks. Hello everyone, Thranxes here, and welcome back to No Man's Sky. This is episode 143. We're just kind of hanging out in the space station that we left at. I went ahead and learned all the language, and it turns out they were selling photon cannon module S's here, which that means we can go right ahead and outfit our little explorer craft here with the final upgrades that it's going to get. Boom, look at that. Now our little exploration ship is pretty powerful. I also saw they sell Star Silk here. So I went ahead and I bought some of that so that we'll be able to build, like, I guess seats and items with fabric, beds and such require Star Silk, and you can only get that in places where it's sold. You cannot make it, as far as I know, so I even put some on the freighter. That way we have the ability to do decorations as much as possible. And with that being said, now our little S-Class, not little, but our large S-Class exploration ship is fully decked out. It has 3 S-Class shield modules, 3 photon cannon upgrades, 3 hyperdrive upgrades, and pulse and 3 S-Class pulse engine upgrades, all S-Class, all tied together where applicable. The only ones that aren't are the pulse engine, although they're tied to each other. We have double scanners, efficient thrusters, and then on the technology side of things, we have 3 more hyperdrive, 3 more pulse engine, an indium drive attached to that, a teleporter, 1 shield, and 3 more photon cannons. Now, as for the reason that we only went 1 shield as opposed to maybe 2 with the teleport module, I sort of agree with West Coast Scott in the comments that the plus 24% shield bonus that the S-Class Explorer is rocking sort of makes it to where we don't quite need as many of those. And the teleport receiver, while its bonus is negligible, if we're trying to make an ultimate ship, it seems like it should go ahead and come with it. Now, we could add other weapons. I had thought about potentially we could add like a phase beam here and then 3 S-Class phase beam modules, but then we wouldn't be able to put 3 more phase beam S-Class modules there. We could go with, you know, a rocket or positron ejector or all of these things, but the reality is that this ship is not made to be a fighter. It's going to end up in a lot of fights because it's going to do a lot of warping, but I'm not going to be like hunting down pirate bounties or anything crazy with it. So I think the photon cannons, being that we have 6 S-Class modules, is more than enough. Okay, now enough talking, we're going to get on to what's next. So, I'm noticing that we're at 10 out of 16 for the Purge, and while I sort of do want to explore more star systems, I'm sort of anticipating a large event is going to happen, so I don't necessarily want to trigger that yet. Instead, what I thought about doing, because I want to continue exploring, but most importantly finding more manufacturing facilities, was I kind of thought that maybe what we would do is we would just go back to some random system way back in the past, one that possibly we did not discover all the planets on. So let's see what Granom looks like. Let's actually pull up the discovery page here. We're just going to go back down to a lot of the earlier systems, because I know some systems we jumped through and we barely touched the surface of what they had in there. See, 4 planets, we've only explored 3. That one has 1, 4 and 1 moon. We only explored 2. 2 planets, 2 moons, and we landed on none of them. No, it's red. Nenvaluf? Can we even travel to Nenvaluf? I don't think so. I think if it's red, we weren't the ones to get there, right? Isn't that how that works? Right, that was somebody else that was like in our game jumping to a different system, so that doesn't even count. But if we go back down to the bottom here, let's get back to where discovered by Thranxes, 4 planets, 1 moon. That just means I wasn't the first to discover it. Nenvaluf, possibly. Let's see. Some other items are 4 planets, 3 planets. I mean, look at these. 6 planets on Sninga. So if we can find these anywhere... It doesn't look like it. So they're obviously not systems we had gone to. I thought it would be a little odd that we would go to a system and not discover any planets there. Like, not even one? Not even one? Really? No. That was somebody else doing that. So 3 planets, 1 moon. So really we're just going to look for a system that has many more planets available on it than we have explored. Like, Netrosmy 1 has 5 planets where we've only explored 2. 3 planets and 1 moon here where we've only explored 1. Pinskij is 2. We've done that one. Uobrev. 1 planet here. We didn't even check it out. 1 planet there. 2 planets there. 5, 1, 4. Nagyang Uchi. 4 planets, and we never even saw one of them. So, rather than warp to a new system, let's look for... There it is. Nagyang Uchi. Let's go. Excellent. We're back. Okay. Now, these episodes are going to start to be a little longer. Now that Astroneer has wrapped up, I dare say these episodes are going to start approaching more... Let's see, Sentinel Quad. Closer to 45 minutes plus consistently, but we'll see. We'll see how it feels. I want to feel like we've accomplished something in every episode now. I don't want to end in the middle of doing things. We could see if any of these Gek have... No, okay, so we've already learned all the words we can from the Gek here. This looks like it was indeed a space station only stop. Whoa. That's a neat looking hauler. Although it's a small class, or a medium class, not a large. Okay, that looks the same, but maybe a different color. It is a different color. Alright, all of these things do not matter. That's a neat looking fighter. Alright. Enough of that. Enough window shopping. We have our ship, and our ship is good to us. Let's see what planets are in this system, because we've explored none of them. And we're going to set this back onto the Purge, so we can just sort of track that. Now, what do we have here? An unknown planet. Barren planet with scrap. A desert planet with gray sands. Okay. What about you? Sort of bright blue nebula will make for some interesting night skies. A petrified planet. It's going to be an anomaly planet. What about this one with rings here? Toxic planet. I suppose in the end we'll hit them all. None of the planets here have water in this system, though. A charred planet. Well, I suppose we're going to go to this desert with the gray sand first and look at some of the salvageable scrap. Oh, wow, that is quite the lavender atmosphere with gray sands. This is going to be an interesting desert. Ooh, with the floating rocks. Okay. Oh, with lots of floating rocks. Okay. Yeah, the terrain here is a little bizarre. It's got some of the savanna trees. Cacti. Let's see what's over here. Not really a place to land. Ooh, a crashed freighter, though. Well, this is a place to land. Let's do it. Let's land here. Freezing night winds. This doesn't feel like a lot of the other deserts I've been on. It definitely... Okay, so this planet was listed as a barren planet. I would say that fits. Let's pull up our discoveries really quick. Freezing. Oh, it doesn't give us the description that it gives us from space. Okay. It did say barren, I believe. Let's go ahead and activate the beacon here. Let's see what the crew's last thoughts were. Mayday event distress signal broadcast. I had heard the rumors, so-called traveler anomalies, beings of varied appearance and purpose. Their ship approached, our weapons primed. They... The one before us begged for peace. They appeared to be biomechanical, at least in part. We struck them from the sky. Probes recovered the body, well, fragments of DNA and code. The two are almost interchangeable, my researchers tell me. I must confess to a great deal of excitement. But this, our duty... We must understand what is happening to our worlds. Visuals confirm it. The same individual we shot down 2 weeks ago is standing right before us again. These beings are somehow restored upon death, just as the Emperor suggested. Well then, an opportunity to retrieve more samples. I order their death once more. Interesting. So while we have relaxed on listening to the aliens at space stations, and it has been pointed out that we've stopped listening to them, we're going to be reading more of the texts on anomaly planets and crashed freighters, ruins, monoliths, that sort of thing. Maybe even some of the abandoned buildings, because that's sort of where the furthering of the story is going to lie, at least as I see it. Alright. Let's get our terrain manipulator out here. Damaged panel. Okay. Oh, wow. I see. This is interesting. This is going to leak radiation all over me, too, as soon as I open it. Alright, what do we get for our troubles? An unstable gel. Yep, I'm aware. Most of this freighter is out of the ground. This is interesting. So some of these I won't even have to dig for. Yeah, look at this. I like this. Salvage container. That one's kind of far away. Cargo pod. Unknown building. No. Okay, it's just got destroyed panels into the dirt. Not really a good reason. See, 50,000 units. That saddens me. That's not really worth our time. The unstable gel is barely worth our time. The only reason it's okay is we might be able to craft it into something more valuable. Cargo pod metal fingers. In the freighter? No, it's got to just be past it. Salvage container, that's far away. Many of these are far away, still popping up. Let's go see what the metal fingers are. They need to work on the freighters. I'm not saying they have to be a gold mine every time, but I do feel like making them a little bit worth your time would be beneficial. Let's see, uranium, gold, uranium. Uranium? Do we need uranium? I don't think we do. We'll take one of them. We're here. After we get this bird. A little bit of life on this planet, besides plant life. This section appears to have a lot more plant life than over there by the crashed freighter. I suppose that would make sense. The crashed freighter likely would have obliterated all local plant life in the resulting explosion. But depending on how old it is, I would have expected it to grow back. Perhaps not. Thought I heard something a little weird. Probably just the spaceships flying overhead, that's all. How much uranium is that? 215. It's not bad. I'll take it. We can scan some of the flora here as well. It is money and nanites. We're about to experience some of these freezing night temperatures, though. And we do sort of need to give ourselves a limit to how much time we're going to spend here digging around this thing, even if it doesn't yield anything. I know in the past I've seen a little bit of criticism that I've just left freighters alone and it's so much money I'm potentially wasting, but in my experience, I've not been super impressed with what I've found in a freighter yet. And maybe that's because I haven't done them enough, so we're going to give it a little bit of the shadow of the doubt here. Let's see what we can find. Spend some of our hard-earned chromatic metal and some more unstable gel. Okay. It's not the best thing in the world, but it's not the worst. We'll be able to use, let's see, if I'm not mistaken, the unstable gel. Let's see, what do we turn unstable gel into? Liquid explosive. Ah, we just need some acid, and that's a bunch of fungal mold and mordite. Oof, lots of fungal mold. Okay, well the acid would be more valuable. Let's see if we can get some of that. Sort of walled off there. Let's see if we can get in there from the inside. Aha! I don't remember the freighters being this involved to get down to their cargo panels. I feel like if they made them more intricate, that's a good thing. Perhaps their rewards are dependent on the level of the economy in the system. That would make sense. Nope, it's not on this side. Let's turn on the light a little bit so we can see what we're doing. Ah, here we are. Alright, do we have a clearly defined escape path? It's right through the ceiling there. Okay, good. What do we get from this one? Antimatter housing. What's that, a little bit of ferrite dust? Okay, well, again, fun and exciting. However, I think it's time we were on our way to the real prize. Let's find ourselves a manufacturing facility and try to determine... No! Whoops. Clicked the wrong thing. Let's get ourselves a manufacturing facility and see if we can determine if we have all the blueprints or not. So there's a building right over there. An observatory. Okay. An unknown grave. Oh. Well, we're going to check that out, too, and see what that gives us now that we have all the glyphs. That's kind of exciting. Alright, secure frequency scan. From the wreckage of the crashed freighter. There we go. Alright, how far away are we talking? 1,000 units. That's pretty much walking distance. Although, we're not going to walk, obviously. I'm just saying we could. It's within walking distance. You know what I meant. Alright, first things first. Let's go see what this unknown grave gives us. Right here. Just sitting out here in this little crater. Maybe it'll give us more of a story? Traveler's grave contains remnants of their technology. The fallen traveler's grave is marked by a glyph. Gain the traveler's technology. Whatever they are, I hope they're at peace. Okay, so a little bit of nanite clusters, but no more exposition. Copy. No more exposition. Then I suppose we're going to go to the manufacturing facility then. That's right, little nomad. Get ready for the big jump. Nice. So we're going to have to start looking for a... Isn't this Mordite here? The organic rock? Oh, it is. I'm a fan of these. We're going to have to start keeping an eye out for a really neat anomaly planet or a unique planet to build a racetrack on. That's what I really want the most. This planet is neat. It doesn't really have a wow factor for a racetrack, though. And there we go. Oh, look out, look out. Knocking the cactus down. Alright, destination reached. Hopefully we'll complete this one in a satisfactory manner. No more plasma grenades. Let's fix that. Alright, very good. Gek manufacturing facility, what do we get? Warning, increase something, warning, radiation, something. Okay. Terminal oversees element usage. I can adjust the amount of metal pouring from resource vaults into the production systems. Warning lights flash and a timer ticks down. Increase something. Dramatically increase levels. No, let's just increase the levels. System maintains its production. Ah, destabilized sodium. So we're in fact not done learning of the blueprints. Not yet. Which that's perfectly fine with me. I thought the night sky would be a little bluer than this. With as blue as the nebula is out there. Do we want to scan for another one? I don't think so. I think we want to see what some of these other planets are like. I changed my mind. We will scan just to see what we get here. Because we found one relatively close by. It stands to reason there might be a lot of manufacturing facilities on this planet, and they might all be close by. Look, there's another facility there to our left, some sort of facility. I get the feeling there are a lot of buildings on this planet. So even that supply depot is really not that far away. Wow. Okay, let's do it. Let's scan here a little bit. Manufacturing facility. And then we might go check out what's to our left there as well. Or that is not the manufacturing facility. Okay, before we go to the manufacturing facility, which is 4 minutes away by Exocraft, let's see what's over here. Ah, an abandoned building. So we are going to interact with this as well. Mostly because I want to get the exposition from inside the story, but 2, we are going to demonstrate that we understand what we did wrong. So what we need to do in order to safely get these eggs without being attacked is actually dig a tunnel that's deeper down and narrower, because it is not so much an exploit of they just can't hit you below level, which is what I inferred, but it's more a consequence of you just make your hole too narrow for them, and they literally can't fit into it. But again, as you can see, this is actually a little bit of work to get it right, and the truth is, I believe my way of trapping them on one side of the building was a better way. And of course, I can't look down and get it now, because it is somehow... Yep. Because we need a little bit of a flat surface, I guess, at the bottom, because I can't look straight down. That's a little frustrating, but that's okay. We're gonna proof of concept this. We are going to get it right. Yep, here we go, number 2. Very good. Ooh, just trying to. They're all up above. Now that our exploration ship is squared away too, we might spend some time, or we are going to spend some time, getting this hot mess figured out. This is all over the place. I don't even know if we're going to do these gel tanks. We might get rid of these and replace it with another boost module, and then 2 more shield modules over here. And then leave those as is. But then we might chew up some of our space here. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. Now I'm curious, at what point do we make the hole wide enough that they want to come after us? It says the swarm is subsiding, but it does not look like it's subsiding. But there's your proof of concept. This is how the technique works. It just takes a bit of time. I think as long as you can find a building that is long and has a hallway to bridge one half of the building versus the other, that's the better way, the way I demonstrated many episodes ago. This is just time consuming. Oof, see, it keeps almost getting down in here. Now it said the swarm is subsiding, but I don't believe that. Let's just get away from this place, maybe. Huh? Are you not going to go away until I'm out of here? I don't understand. Right, so the technique I used basically consists of trapping them on one side of the building by getting them hung up on sections of the building that they can't get around. So let's see if I can duplicate it here. I don't know if I'll be able to. It's going to be tricky. So the goal is going to be... Oh, big, large, pterodactyl-looking creature. Hold on. Alright, this is going to be a little tricky. I think we can do it, though. So we start by breaking this egg, and here comes the swarm, right? We got that. Now, we boost up this way. We land on top of the building, and they should all sort of be trapped here. But no, see, they want to walk around the building. And they want to end up over here. This is where they want to end up. So normally what you would do Yeah, so you would get them, like, trapped on a hallway or something where they couldn't walk around the building, and then you would just be able to knock these eggs out. Because only so many of them can spawn at a time. If I break another egg, all it does is reset their timer. It doesn't actually make more of them spawn. But again, this is not really the right building to demonstrate this technique on, and we're not going to try and force it, because we're still trying to build up the days that we survive on an extreme planet. Alright, go away. Go away. Enough of all of this. We're done. Ah! Evil plant. Alright, let's just get rid of this goop. Final data log awaiting user analysis. Terminal now active. It is here and not here. We reach for the mastery of the galaxy, but we do not understand the truth. What if I told you that time is the drug that keeps us docile and unquestioning? There is no now and then. There is no today or yesterday. This is an illusion reflected in glass, patterns of untruth that the universe uses to laugh at us. We are not meant to see such things. Our smaller minds rebel at concepts so unimaginably vast that they cannot be held in a single thought. It is how it controls us. Most disturbing. I discover something coded deep inside the long-dead traveler's data log. Something has been left that will aid me on my own journey. Alright. Got a new... Nothing found there. Okay. The Gek word for beam. There's no landing pad here, so we're just going to call our ship and fly to the next manufacturing facility. But before we do, actually, we're gonna land it up here and recollect our signal booster because I don't want to have to make another one. And I could have sworn that we had already picked it up, but apparently we did not. Okay. Now we will go to the new manufacturing facility. Whoa, look out! This ship is fast in the atmosphere. 633 U's per second. Crazy fast. We've just got a little area there. There are a lot of buildings on this planet. Very frequent buildings. Alright, let us save and chart the Yortan's Valley. Let's find out where the door is. We can crack into this building here and get ourselves another blueprint. There we go. Works for me. 823 units. What a gold mine. Warning, magnetic something low. I feel heavy. My multi-tool pulls me down, and my helmet forces itself into my shoulders. It's not just me impacted. Production processes are going haywire. Something low. The magnetic makes me think it doesn't have anything to do with gravity, but then this low, this is what concerns me. If we reduce the electromagnetic flow, I don't necessarily think that's going to help because it says it's low. Perhaps we should power down. But if we power down the facility... Now, let's try this. Yep. Facility springs back into operation. Fuel oxidizer. Another frigate upgrade. Okay. I am tempted to scan again here on this wonderful planet. Now we will check out the other planets in this system, but with buildings this close together, nothing found. Yeah, they're tired of me using this system to my benefit, or this planet. They want me to move on. I could have dug up some of this salvage. You know what? Let's get ourselves one salvage before we go. We've got to see the sights. And carbon dating local technology salvage on a planet, I think, is part of seeing those sites. All right. Oh, really? Corrupted Sentinel? Thank you much. Ooh, no. Oh. 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 Interesting. It was like, wait, it got all mad, and then it said, wait, it's not doing anything. Okay, all right. Not bad. That's kind of neat. Ooh. 2,000 years old? Oh, we'll have to read it in a minute. Hold on. Get off of my exocraft. What are you doing to me? Alright. Well, we did get something sort of rare and valuable, I think. That's what the yellow means. So it's like gambling. Now we're tempted to gamble more, right? We save here at Dizerni's Great Reaches. No, it's Yurtan's Valley. Total value 2.7 million units. This extraordinarily sophisticated technology is a unique find. Even while disconnected and unpowered, it is oddly warm to the touch. Okay, well, is there another one close by then that we can... Ah, bingo. We've got to keep going until we get one that's really not worth that much. Then we'll know we've pushed our luck too far, right? Once we strike out. See, this one doesn't look the same as the other one. Similar, I guess. I wonder if the structure around it has anything to do with what's inside. If there's a correlation. No corrupted sentinel that time. Okay. Go on your way. Mind your business. Whoa, easy does it. Death Wish? Dirty Pinion, 1,000 years old. Classic example of Cormac's engineering. This technological component is solidly manufactured and has endured the passage of time well. For 1 million units. Okay. That's not bad, though. It's just not super valuable. Ooh, we got some odd life forms over here. Highly intelligent, eats mostly rocks. Salvage container. Salvage container. Really? Wow, they're all over the place. This is a neat little planet to collect salvage on. Alright, this one's a little deeper underground. Ooh. It has a awkward protective casing like the first one. Hold on a second. What's the economy of this planet like? Or this system, rather. Satisfactory, it says. No more corrupted sentinels now. Boom, a well-preserved gyroscope. Uh-oh, little creatures. Slow grazers that dig for tubers. More little creatures over here, hold on. Oh, it's a little social family unit. Wary, processes dirt. Okay. Not really anything to be afraid of. Are we going to do one more salvage container? I feel like we have to. I said I was going to go till we struck out, and we have not struck out yet. That's 5 million units worth of scrap we just dug up in a few minutes. Hold on. That's pretty good. Let's go see what this one looks like. And now we're about to see our first sandstorm on this planet. I believe, like most desert planets, it's going to be a very hot sandstorm, if I'm not mistaken. I believe there is a correlation to the casings on the unit and what's going to be on it. So this one, if my theory holds true, then this should have one of the purple items in it, because its casing matches that of the purple item. Yep. Greasy cylinder. That's another mill, though. Well, half a mill. That's sort of a strikeout. Not too bad. Okay, now we've got this fiery sandstorm to deal with. Ugh, visibility's dropped. Plummeted. Flower is glowing purple. Oh, that's one of the jetpack boosting flowers. I think we've dug up enough scrap for one planet. Let's get back. Tempted maybe to put a base down here, or a portal, or just label it in a way that makes it obvious that there are some neat things here. Chloride lattice. No, you know what I need is some destabilized sodium floating crystals. That would be ideal. I think sodium is what we're hurting for the most. Actually, we don't have that much condensed carbon. I know we're swimming in rare metal elements. Alright, I'll bite. I'll take some carbon crystal. Oh, that's the shelter. One. Could have been worse. Could have been better. Alright. Overall, I do like this planet. I think this is the one I did want to spend the most time on. just because it had so much for us. What do we got over here? That's the toxic planet. I think the burnt planet is closest. That's the petrified planet. No, that one's pretty close. Let's head there. Copper, gold, and magnetized ferrites.
Technology recharge. Technology recharge.
Sort of doing well on all of our resources. Alright, there's not going to be any searching for manufacturing facilities here. We're just going to see what kind of planet this is, and then we're going to be done with it. Wow, it has some pretty high mountain peaks. Nice little teal sky. What is that on the ground? Slow down. Oh, yes. I am familiar with these planets. The terrain is relatively flat, except for these cone-shaped volcanoes and these wide plateaus. I say volcanoes, they're obviously not active if they are volcanoes, or the result of tectonic activity. They're long since dormant. But the way they cone up, it makes me think of a cinder volcano. It's like this one, look at that. There's very specific tectonic activity that causes that. Although, given that we're talking about a planet with these floating fossilized structures, it's obvious things could be forming here due to unnatural circumstances. Crimson heat. I'm a little intrigued by this awkward-looking dirt/entrance to a cave system. Oh, even underground. I see. And what do we have here? Humming eggs. Okay. Yeah, these anomaly planets are neat, but I feel like their flora and fauna is consistently the same between anomaly planets, and unfortunately that's part of what makes them feel the same as each other. Like, I admit the the different color sky, ground, and varying terrain helps a little bit to make them feel unique, but they very quickly start to have this feeling of, if you've seen one planet with floating, I don't even know what you would call these, then you've seen them all. At least that's the way it feels. I suppose having these ones that are growing like this, that's a little different maybe than the last one I remember. Okay, alright, no, I'll give it to you. They're trying to make them feel different. But they feel so barren. Like there's just nothing to do here. Ooh. Except gather decorations. Hush my mouth. Which one is it? Uh-huh, over here. Boom. Alright, I'll bite. Let's see if we can find another one. Ugh. You know, now that I'm wandering deep into the forest of these, these are a little different than the ones I'm thinking of. The ones I'm thinking of were more metallic looking. And these are like bone. See, I'm talking bad about how they all feel the same, and then I wander around a little bit on foot. I have to admit, there are some differences I'm noticing now. impulsive. Flesh eater. Well, you're not going to eat my flesh. Let's get that clear. Some hex cores, again with these things. Just gonna get rid of them. Making all this weird noise. I want another decoration, and then I'm out of here. Okay. Right, it's one and the same? Good. An ossified star. That is different than the other planet I'm thinking of. There's another one. Alright, so let's grab some ossified stars. And look how they have different colors internal to them. That's neat. Now I have no idea where my ship is. I'm getting lost. I'm getting lost in the forest of ossified stars. And then look, you have like this large patch of like gravel. It's almost like a dead zone. They're at least trying to assign different biomes. Okay, it has a little bit of uniqueness to it, a little bit of character to it from what I've seen. I'll give them that. I shouldn't be so quick to judge. Maybe I haven't give the anomalous planets their due, and I need to spend a little more time exploring them. Alright, next, after this planet, let's see, we'll leave the barren planet. There's our charred planet. Let's go see what they... No, not the observatory. Let's go see what's on the charred planet. Right after we make sure we're lined up properly with the charred planet. There you go. Let's get ourselves a nice thumbnail. Look at that. Some neat opportunities. Oh. Fugitive, attack ship, dangerous. I mean, I could probably smoke them with this S-Class Explorer, but I don't see a reason to push it. Instead, I would like to see how this charred planet feels and what makes it feel unique. Let's do that instead. And then we've got to go to the toxic planet. Does anybody like those planets? Let me know in the comments down below if you're a fan of toxic planets. Oh no, better yet, scratch that. Let me know what your favorite planet is. Comments down below. I'm sure it'll mostly be paradise planets, but who knows? Maybe you have a specific type of planet that you're just really into and are always looking for new variations of. Perhaps it's not a paradise planet. Let me know. I would love to hear and engage with everybody about their favorite types of planets. I think I'm partial to the ice planets, to be fair. Scorched planet with a pink sky. You notice how difficult it is for a planet to feel dangerous when it has a pink sky? Look at these red palm trees. These are interesting little plants and trees and such. Alright, we'll just land here for now. Ooh, the weather has firestorms. Okay, so it's not really an extreme planet, but it looks like the weather may be a little extreme. Not enough chromatic metal. Isn't that just always the way it goes? Ooh. You look predator-like. Nope. Hasty and eats petals. Like flower petals. Look at these neat little plants. These are cool. I don't think I've seen these before. Neurotoxic pollen. Ooh, stay away from that. These red palm trees are neat. These trees, I've seen these before. Alright, well I suppose let's go ahead and save and chart this system. Or we've already done that. Alright, the Irumot Flats. Oh, there we go. That could be Predator. Patient hunter eats partially digested meat.
Technology recharge.
Alright, well let's get some of this emerald transferred into chromatic metal, and that's where we're going to wrap up the episode. Spent a little bit too much time on the, not too much, but I spent a lot of time on the desert planet, so we didn't get to finish the system before the end of the episode, and I do not want this episode to go over an hour, even though I am intentionally making the episode slightly longer. So thank you so much for joining me. I hope you've had a good time watching. As always, I've had a good time playing. Be sure to come back next time as we continue our exploration of, potentially pre-explored systems without fully explored planets. It's like a giant monitor lizard. But until next time, take care.